Morning and happy Sunday. This chart that you see in front of you is a correlation table, including exchange traded funds with data from September 29, 2025 through November 28, 2025. So it's 2 months worth of data of the closing price of exchange traded funds. In this case, I'm looking at the dependent variable would be IBIT, which tracks the price of Bitcoin. That's highlighted in yellow in the far left column. And then along the top of the screen, you see exchange traded funds that measure the pricing of a few different major currencies. So UUP at the top of the screen tracks the US dollar, FXY tracks the Japanese yen, FXE tracks the euro, and FXF tracks the Swiss franc. So the relationship between the US dollar and Bitcoin, that accounts for 64.97% of the variance on Bitcoin as measured by IBIT. So we see that the dollar has an inverse relationship with Bitcoin. As Bitcoin goes up, the dollar goes down by 64.97%. However, the strongest correlation is with the Japanese yen. So, and that is a positive correlation. So as the Japanese yen goes up in value, Bitcoin goes up by 65.41%. So that's the strongest relationship here. So this is a chart of the over and undervaluation line for Bitcoin. What I did was in column B, I am tracking the percent return of Bitcoin from the prior day. And you'll see the formula in Excel. So it's A3 minus A2 divided by A2 times 100 to get the percent return from the prior day. In column E, I have the Japanese yen or FXY. But what I did was I accounted for the variance that FXY should have on Bitcoin. So in this case, the formula is B3 minus B2 divided by B2 times 0.6541 times 100. So that accounts for the percent variance, which the Japanese yen should have on Bitcoin. And then on the right, you see the blue line is Bitcoin or IBIT. And then the orange line is the Japanese yen or FXY. Those are the exchange traded fund ticker symbols. And we see it over, like obviously every time the blue line, which would be IBIT or Bitcoin, goes way above FXY, it typically is overvalued and will snap back down. And we see on the far right, this was the close on November 28th. You see IBIT or Bitcoin is slightly overvalued right now based on the correlation with 2 months worth of data. And if you go down to the bottom here, a negative number would mean that IBIT or Bitcoin is undervalued, and then a positive number would mean that it's overvalued. And the standard deviation is 2.89. And the far column on the right tracks the daily standard deviations. So thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And please like my video and subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.